guy kind of like gives up a little and he opens up a lot of space. So first thing, focus to be closed and keep patient. The principles you're going to follow here is basically the same principles you follow from the mount, from the back, from the turtle and everything. Just close your buff elbows, bend your head, close your neck, and use your hands as a shield to your neck. So my buff hands are like closed here, right? So I don't like to keep my hand like this as the mount, but I'm going to keep at least like this. Let's imagine my opponent is on side control on this side. I'm not going to use him right now yet, but let's imagine he's here. Guys, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to close this elbow on my ribs and I'm going to place my hand on my chest, right? Once I did that, now I'm going to bend myself a little bit, exactly as we did on the mount. I'm going to bend myself a little bit right here. So look how I decrease the space that he has on my side. So for example, if he get my side control and I'm like this, he's over my elbow, if you guys can see it, so just leave it there. He's over my elbow. If I stay like this, for example, all flat, and he get my side control, he's kind of like not over my elbow anymore, he's more like over my ribs. So I don't want that, right? And guys, one of the most important things to understand is never let him open this elbow. If he places his knee under my armpit with this elbow open, I kind of don't have escape from side control anymore, I'm completely stuck. And another mistake, if I keep this arm open too, he has a bunch of attacks here on my arm. If my arm is here, he can go to the armbar, go to the other side. He could go to that straight armbar. If he put my arm here, he can go to the katagatame. He can go to north-south armbar and kimura. So it's really important to keep this arm closed. I like to put my hand on my chest. We're going to understand why in the next positions. And always close this elbow as well. Now to make it even harder for him, bend yourself a little. So my elbow, my elbow almost touched my leg, right? So I'm all bended here. So from here is much easier for me to escape. And now I'm just going to kind of wait for him. I'm going to wait what he's going to do and set up my defense. So for example, I don't want to try to escape like right away right here. I'm going to wait for him to move a little bit, just move a little. And he's trying to attack him, he's trying something. Maybe you're fighting this. And now look, I see the chance and I start recovering. So I just want to close myself and wait the right moment to do my attack. So I don't want to spend energy for nothing here. So that's my focus. Okay guys, so guys, first escape we're going to use here is going to be the most basic escape we have here on side control. So let's imagine he has his both hands connected, right? And he just got my side control. So just remember the principles that we just saw. I'm going to keep my both elbows closed. I'm going to bend myself a little bit towards the side that I'm going to escape. And now I'm going to set up my escape. So first escape I'm going to do right here, most basic one. I'm going to bridge as high as I can. And I'm going to hip escape. So look guys, I like to keep my hand on my chest because I use a lot my elbow here as a frame to create this space. So look, I have my hand on my chest, I have my other elbow closed, I'm going to bridge and hip escape. Once I did that, look all this size, all this space here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring my leg in, place a hook on his leg, and I'm going to recover the guard. Once I'm here, I can recover the close guard, closing the guard, or I could easily go straight to the half guard as well. So for example, I'm here, I'm going to bridge up, hip escape, bring my knee in, I place this hook, and now I start setting up the half guard. And I bring him straight to my favorite game, right? So let's see again. So look, he's on my side control. I have my hand on my chest, my other arm with my elbow closed. I'm going to bridge up and hip escape. Once I'm here, I can close the guard, right? Or, if I want, I can go straight to the half guard as well. So look, I bridge up, hip escape, bring this leg in, I put this hook on his leg, I try to fish. Guys, some case I don't get to fish his hook, he hide it. No problem, just gonna hip escape and set up the half guard anyway, or set up the close guard. So if you get to fish his hook, that's great. We avoid him to jump to my side control again. If you don't get to put the hook, no problem. So one more time. He's on my side control. Look, I have my hand on my chest, right? My other elbow closed, and now I'm gonna bridge and use this elbow right here to kind of like frame him. I even use this elbow to push his head kind of like away from me as well. So look, I'm here, I'm gonna bridge and hip escape. Now I can bring my knee in, going to the closer. It's good to fish his leg because he cannot walk to this side anymore. If I don't fish his leg, he can try to beat this leg and go to my side control again. So it's always used to try to get this hook here. If I don't get his hook, if he hide it, no problem. I'm gonna work from here. From here, you guys know, I can go to the close guard, or I can go to the half guard, stopping on the Z guard with the knee shields. So guys, let's go. Guys, he's gonna get my side control again, and I'm gonna close myself again, right? So I'm gonna hand on my chest, close my elbow, bend my leg. That's how I always try to do. So he's gonna get my side control here, and I'm gonna follow all these principles. But guys, now what I'm gonna do is, instead of recovering the guard, I'm gonna try to go to the single leg, right? So look, I'm here, I'm gonna bridge and hip escape. Guys, I really like my hand on my chest because I'm halfway to get the underhook here, look. When I have my hand on his shoulder, I'm kind of like far to get the underhook. I have to do all this move and get the underhook. When I have my hand on my chest, I'm just like halfway to get the underhook. So look, I'm gonna bridge, hip escape, and I already have the underhook here. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna kind of like shoot to his leg, fish, and get the half guard with the single leg here. Right? So once I get the half guard with the single leg, I'm gonna turn underneath and finish the sweep here. Right? So this is the way I use going to the half guard and the single leg. The basic way right here that everyone learn as a fundamental, as a beginner, would be going straight to the single leg, right? So I would go here, hip escape, and turn underneath, going straight to the single leg. But sometimes when I get here, I have a hard time to finish it. So I like better to prepare the position, going to the half guard first, and then going to the single. So look. So the way I like to do is bridge, hip escape. Now I'm gonna get a little bit of the underhook here, and I'm gonna fish his leg and get the half guard. Once I got the half guard, now I'm gonna get the lapel underneath his leg and finish. And now I feel much easier to finish than before when I just had the single leg. Maybe my opponent can be a wrestler or something like that, so I just have the single. If I just have the single leg, I don't feel that confident to finish. But once I have the half guard with the single, I feel much more confident. So let's see again. So he's on my side control over here, right? I'm gonna bridge, hip escape. I'm halfway of the underhook, so I'm gonna go there, fish, and get the half guard. Once I did that, now I'm gonna work his lapel. I'm gonna keep turning and finish the position, right? If you want to do like the most basic way, like the fundamentals way, would be going straight to the single. So would be just this move, look. And then finishing the single from here. Okay guys, in this situation here, I'm gonna show on escape that, let's imagine I tried like all the bus two base escapes we have, right? The one that I bridge and recover the leg, or the one I go to single leg, but that was not working, right? So I follow my principles and that didn't work. But guys, Jiu-Jitsu, I used to say that there is not like right or wrong here. You can do the wrong thing, but as long as you know what can happen and you can avoid what can happen. So what I'm going to do here on this escape, I'm not going to follow the principles. I'm going to do what's supposed to be wrong here. So look, he has my side control. And I'm going to open up this arm here and I'm going to control around his back. Guys, this is supposed to be wrong because I'm exposing my arm. But I'm only doing this because I tried to escape using the basic stuff and it didn't work. So now I'm going to take the risk, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold him with this arm. Once I hold him with this arm, my left hand here, I'm going to stretch it down and I'm going to control his pants. Just like that, look, I have his pants there. But now look guys, I know that he can try to attack my arm, and to try to attack my arm right here, he would need to run all the way down to the other side. Like he would need to run here kind of like going over to the north-south, this and that. So that's why it's really important to grab his pants, because I'm going to stop him. If he tries to go there, look, I have his pants. It's going to be hard for him to move all the way down over there. Try to move in this. Look, I have my hand stopping his leg there. So now what I'm going to do is, in just one time, I'm going to bridge and I'm going to try to push this leg to between my legs, fishing his leg. So look, I'm fighting against this. I'm going to do like this, look, bridge and push his leg here. Once I did that, I'm going to fish it and I'm going to get it halfway. Guys, once I got the halfway, I'm going to need to work on the halfway here to get on what I call like half deep halfway. If you guys have my DVDs about halfway, you guys will understand really well what I'm talking about. So once I'm here, I'm going to start bringing him over, bringing, until I stop or on the deep halfway or what I call the half deep halfway. If you had this leg as a sprawl, just sprawl the leg in it like this, right? And then I'm going to go to one of these two options. So let's see again. So look, he got my side control. I tried to do the basic ways right here to escape. It was not working. That can happen. Sometimes we do the right thing and the right thing doesn't work. So I'm going to switch. I'm going to start taking a little more risk, because in the end of the day, the position is good for him, not for me. So I have to escape from here. So what I'm going to do, this arm is going to go over his shoulder and I'm going to control anywhere around his back here. Right? Now my other hand here, my left hand, is going to go all the way down to his pants. And I'm going to make sure to control his pants to avoid him to drive anywhere he wants here on side control. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to bridge up and I'm going to try to push this leg to between my legs. So look, I'm here, I'm going to bridge up and try to push his leg here. Once I did that, my other leg is going to go over and I'm going to fish it. Now look guys, he's on the halfway. If he sprawled his leg down here, sprawl and close your knee, close. So I hit you. No, the opposite. Stretch your leg down. Yeah, that's it. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start bringing him over, and I'm going to stop here on the half deep halfway. Right? If he moves his knee forward, he's going to end up on the deep halfway. If he stop here, half deep halfway. So let's see again, one more time. So he is on my side control. I'm going to take the risk. Instead of staying here, I'm going to hold all the way up right here behind his back. Now my left hand is going to go to his leg. So I'm going to control his leg over there. So just make sure you guys can see the grip here. So let's just change the angle. So look, I have the control of his leg over here. Right? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to bridge up and push his leg towards my legs. So I'm going to bridge and push it. Now that I did that, I'm going to fish his leg with my other leg and close the halfway. Now my goal is to go to the deep halfway or half deep halfway. If his leg is like this, if he has his knee on the mat, I'm going to go to the deep halfway. Look. Just using my hip. If I come back here and his leg's down like that, it's kind of like a sprawl, I'm going to go to what I call half deep halfway. That is this situation here. From here, I can work a bunch of sweeps. Like one of my favorites, for example, the lapel gets here, gives it under the leg, and set up the sweep, placing this hand on. So that's my goal, to escape from the side control, go into my favorite position, one of my favorite positions.